Hola, bon dia, bonjour, wie geht's? Hello, my name is Shona Vertue and today I'm going to be taking you through a morning mobility sequence that is just a little bit more gentle than some of my other videos. Alternatively, you could just put on your favorite tunes and have a wiggle.
On the keys back to my vehicle, they're just gonna tell you that I wasn't you.
But even if you cut up massive shapes like I do on the dance floor or the kitchen floor, you still won't yield the same effect. Even though it does feel great, and it is a great way to wake yourself up. If you've already watched this video, skip to and continue with the sequence. Morning stiffness, not that kind. I'm talking about when you wake up in the morning and you just feel really, really stiff from training a lot, or maybe a lack of training, or whatever it is. You just feel really, really stiff and uncomfortable. So often stiffness can occur when someone started a new training regime and the intensity or the frequency has increased. For me personally, at the moment, it's jiu-jitsu, and so that was really the inspiration for doing this particular video for you guys, was that I'm training so much more, and even though I am a very flexible, very mobile person, I still wake up just feeling that little bit sticky, and again, not in the good way. When you're feeling this kind of stiff, sometimes dropping straight into like a hardcore yoga session or even a cars routine is kind of unappealing, and consequently I end up sort of skipping all of my mobility because I'm just like, oh, I'll just wait for my body to feel better. However, if I continue with that sort of mentality, I will end up losing a lot of my mobility and flexibility. Like I said, this routine is a little bit more fluid and flowing, and it does combine dynamic mobility, some yoga-like movements, and quite a bit of dance-like movements or stretches in order to mobilize the body gently. All right, let's get started. We're actually going to start this with some neck cars, and it's just to loosen up the neck, and we'll also do the scapula as well. So what you're going to do is come to stand at the top of your mat. I'm actually going to turn to the side so that you can see what I'm doing here. And you're going to make two fists with your hands and activate all the tissue in your arms. So I want you to be able to stabilize every other part of your body so that we can work through just the neck here. So drop the chin to the chest, then the ear. Then we begin to do circles, trying to draw big circles with the chin. Coming around to the front and then moving up and around to the other side. So dropping the chin, around, opening it up, and taking it over to the other side. Just noticing any tension anywhere throughout the neck. There might be quite a bit if you've been training. Now we're going to work through the scapula. Okay, so moving the shoulder blades literally just up and down here. I keep my arms pressed firmly into my side just so that I can keep the arms active and again, isolate through the scapula. Now we're going to spread the scapula and then retract it. So moving forward and back. And then we just want to move up and around. And I do so quite quickly. This isn't the same as controlled articular rotations. As you can see, my ribs are moving, but I just want you to loosen things up a little bit. Let's come to stand at the top of the mat. And we're going to open into the front body. So place the hands at the lower back, squeeze your glutes, lift your heart up, and begin to drop back into a mini back bend. From here, bend at the knees, pull the hips back, and begin to fold forward. Allow your head to relax, allow your arms to relax, and from here we'll slowly begin to unroll, stacking one vertebra at a time. Go ahead and take your arms up towards the ceiling, and then bring the palms together at the back of your neck. Lift the head up, and then chin to the chest, begin to roll down one vertebra at a time towards the floor. Allow your arms to release, and then slowly we'll unroll back up, one vertebra at a time. Hands come to the lower back, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glutes, lift the heart up.
Hands come to the back of the head, and then chin to chest, begin to roll down. So just mobilizing the front and back body here, releasing down. Slowly unroll back up. And from here, I'm just facing to the side. We're going to take the right arm up towards the ceiling, take it up and over. Slowly lean, and then you're going to collapse down and allow your head to shake out, your body to relax. Unroll slowly back up towards standing. As your head lifts, go ahead, lift the other arm up and over, leaning your hips over to the side, feeling that side stretch. Catch your wrist for an extra stretch, and then collapse forward into the forward fold. Shake out your head yes and no. And then slowly we'll unroll all the way back up to standing. Take the arms out to the side. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling, palms together. Exhale, hands come to the back of the head. Lift the chin, drop the chin to the chest, and begin to roll forward, down, back into your forward fold. Again, I'm just turning back to the front here. From here, you're going to step the left leg back into a lunge. Sink through the hips here. Take it slow. Inhale, and then as you exhale, fold forward, relaxing the head. Inhale, shift the hips. Exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale, sink the hips forward. And exhale, sink the hips back, straightening that front leg, but not too aggressively. Come forward, drop the back knee to the floor from here. Now, we're just deepening the lunge a little. So inhale forward, drop the knees, sink the hips, and then exhale, pressing back and maybe straightening that front leg. From here, sink the hips down, place the right hand onto the right knee, reach your left arm forward and up, opening into the lunge. You're going to take it back behind you, and again, reach forward, this time semicircling around, open it up all the way through the chest. Come forward, inhale up, open it around. And again, forward, lengthen. We're trying to create as much space as possible. Catch the wrist. Lengthen up and over to the right side, and then from there fold forward, hands to the floor. Step the back leg to meet the front leg. Lengthen as you inhale, halfway lift, create that space in the vertebra, and then relax down. From here, we're going to unroll all the way back up, stacking each vertebra one at a time. Arms lift out to the side, lengthen up, and then exhale. Hands to the back of the head, chin to the chest, continue to roll down. I'm not aggressively pulling my head down to the floor, by the way. It's just a gentle pull. Okay, fingertips to the floor, step the right leg back into the lunge. Sink your hips here, lengthen through the chest. Inhale, and then exhale, begin to fold forward over that front leg, straightening it slightly. Inhale, sink forward, and exhale, press back, relax the head. Inhale, sink forward. The breath is key here. Exhale, press back. Inhale, sink forward, drop the back knee to the floor. And from there, we're going to go ahead and stretch up into the lunge. So left hand to the left knee, right arm reaches up and opens out. Let's come forward again. Inhale, lengthen up, open out, and exhale. So we're trying to hit your chest. We're trying to hit through the lats, the back, QL, opening the front of the hip as well. Chest. Inhale, lengthen, open it all the way, catch the wrist and lengthen to the side, stretching into the front of your abs, your obliques, and then slowly release it down. Fingertips to the floor, back leg steps to meet the front. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift here, lengthen. Feel like you're really pulling your hips back, and then exhale, fold forward so you create that length and space. Unroll slowly all the way up to standing. Lengthen up and hands back to the heart. Bring your hands to your hips and take a wide step to the side. We're going to work the inner thighs a little bit more here. So from here, sink down into a squat and just move from side to side, paying attention to any stiffness you have through your inner thighs. Now, everyone's going to be slightly different, so I need you guys to move to your current level of flexibility, but you're going to drop the body forward, fingertips to the floor. And we're just sort of moving from side to side here in this side lunge. I can start to go deeper into more like a Cossack squat. And I just want you to see how deep you feel you can go while still keeping your feet flat on the floor so we get a little bit of an ankle stretch as well. Good. From here, move around to that right side, fold forward over the right leg. Doesn't have to be straight. and then sink it down. Other side, bend over to the left. Try straightening that leg and folding forward, gripping onto the foot to help you stretch your back a little bit more. Come back to center. And from there, pivot the feet back in together. So you're going to come into a deep squat or malasana. I recognize not everyone's going to be able to get this deep. Keep your fingertips on the floor if you're really struggling, and if your heels come off, that's fine as well. From here, you're going to really try to lift your chest here. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just demonstrating here that you can lift your heels off and keep the weight in the hand. Okay, from here, you're going to place your right hand onto your left ankle and your left hand onto your left knee, and try to stretch open. So that right shoulder is really deep into my right inner thigh, and we're sort of wedging our shoulder in there. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side. So switch your hands and work that shoulder deep into the inner thigh or the inner knee here, and try to press away. So you'll actually feel a stretch on both sides, and if you're super tight in your hips right now, this will be relatively uncomfortable. Try to keep it fluid. Okay, from here we're going to come into a child's pose position. So bring the feet together, knees out wide, sit your hips back, and place your hands on the floor. We're going to mobilize the spine here. Inhale, arch the back, and then exhale, belly button to the spine, push the floor away. Inhale, opening up. I want you to feel your pelvis really move here. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open it up, really move from the pelvis as well as the thoracic. Exhale, hug in and round. Inhale, open it up. Each time just going that little bit deeper into the groin stretch, and then from there we'll creep it into a nice wide-legged child's pose here. So knees nice and wide, folding forward. Connect to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your hands back in and begin to lift yourself up. We're going to move side onto the mat again and continue to work those inner thighs. So take that left leg out to the side, hands on the floor, and tuck your back toes. So try to have it so that your knee is directly underneath your hips. From here, you're going to thread that left arm through underneath the right side. That's it. And then open it up towards the ceiling. We're going to thread it through and then open it up, twisting. Thread it through, keep this relatively dynamic, and then from there place your shoulder down onto the floor and extend that top arm forward. From here, lift your body and take your right arm up and over the left side. So we're going to do some circles here. So inhale, up, over, around, exhale, fold it in. Again, inhale, opening up, really stretch over to the side, tip all the way around, hands come back to the floor, and we'll switch sides. Inhale, open up through the chest, exhale, round the spine here, a bit of cat-cow. Extend the other leg, and from here, same arm to leg, thread it through, and then take it all the way up to the ceiling, opening up through the chest. Take it down, and then opening up. So mobilizing that T-spine, getting a twist while the pelvis is sort of forced to be still here. And then we'll take it all the way down, thread that arm through, opposite arm extends forward, and we just melt here a little bit. Keep that extended leg, keep the foot flat, and you'll get a stretch around the outside of the ankle. From here, come back up, and we'll lift the body, keep that leg extended to the side. Inhale, arm extends up and over, and then folds forward. We take it up, over, and each time we just want to go that little bit further. Again, inhale, up, stretch, lengthen, and fold it forward. Hands come down to the floor. Let's come back into an all fours position. Tuck the toes, lift the knees off. Really gentle downward dog here. Please keep the knees bent. Walk out through the heels, opening up through the back of the legs, and move your hips from side to side. You're going to go ahead and shake your head out, shake it out yes and no, relaxing through the back of the neck here. Nice. Bend your knees, look forward, come forward into an all fours position, dropping the knees to the floor, lower through an easy chaturanga, and from here, just a mini cobra. And we'll push into an up dog if you feel like you have the ability to do so. Knees, hips, thighs come off, squeezing the glutes, protecting the lower back, but stretching through the front of the body. Press back into child's pose, folding forward, and then inhale, round forward, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. So from here, inhale, round your spine forward, drop the knees fairly quickly, lower down, elbows shave the sides of the body. And then from here, roll the spine, lift up, open up through the chest, knees, hips, thighs come off, stretching through your lower abs and the front of the hips. Press back, child's pose, and then downward facing dog. Walk the feet all the way up to the hands. And from here, halfway lift, lengthen, and then exhale, you sort of move into that length that you created. Releasing here. Let's step back, the left leg into the lunge. We're almost towards the end of the practice. Elbow to the floor, open it up, twisting towards that front leg. So drop that right shoulder down, extend it back up. Inhale, and then exhale, twisting. Good. From here, you're going to drop that back leg to the floor. This one's a little bit awkward to get into, but you begin to twist and allow. What you'll feel is a nice deep stretch again for the QL and your abs a little bit and your hips. Coming back to center, step that back leg to meet the front leg. Halfway lift here, inhale, and then exhale, fold it forward. From here, right leg goes back, sink through the hip. We're gonna take that left elbow towards the floor and then twist, opening up. Take it down, inhale, exhale, twist. This is your dynamic work here. Inhale, exhale, twist. And then from there, sink your hips down to the floor. Sometimes you have to pivot that left foot out a little bit. Hips come down, and I just hug onto that right leg here. Left leg, sorry. Dropping the head. And then we'll come back around. From there, step the back foot to meet the front foot, coming down into a squat, and then just let yourself roll back. Perfect. Hug the knees into the chest. Keep hold of the right leg. Let the left leg extend down to the floor. We'll take a twist, take the leg across the body, and ease your way into just a nice gentle twist here. Bring it back to center. Hug that knee in towards the chest, changing sides. Take the leg across the body down to the floor, and then very slowly, very gently extend into the twist. Bring it back to center. Hug the knee in. And from here, place your feet flat onto the floor. We're gonna rock up all the way up to a seated position. Okay, last stretch. So place your hands on the floor, fingers pointing forward. I want you to extend through the chest, really stick your ribs out, feel the stretch at the front of the shoulders, and then sink down. So inhale, we open, exhale, we sink. Now from here, we're gonna lift the hips up. Continue to stretch. Hips lift and lower. Hips lift and lower. Take your feet out to the edges of the mat, and you're going to drop the knees in one at a time, dropping in. Now we want to try to keep the hips as still as possible when we do it. On this last one, we're going to just hold for a little bit longer. So just holding that internal rotation. Perfect. Crossing the legs, sitting forward. Cheeky little neck curl. And then finito. Well done, guys. You can get on with your day, shake it out. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better and ready to dance. I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's not hard. It's not hard to move, the mouse over to the thumbs up and go. If you are after bigger, better, and longer mobility and workout programs, check out my website. It's linked below. www.shonavertue.com. I don't know how to finish these things. I don't know how to finish these things. I kind of have this like weird separation anxiety. Like I don't want to leave you. But I feel like if I leave you on a high rather than on a ramble, which is what I'm doing now, a nervous rant, that you'll like me more, and I'm a people pleaser and I really want to leave you with a good impression.